Good evening, friends.
Good evening.
Wonderful good evening and welcome this wonderful Thursday evening to Littleport Village Hall for an evening of love, laughter, upliftment, what looks like can only be celery or leeks, which is awesome, whoever that was, thank you. It's shard, is it? Oh, even better. There you go. So if you've got a raffle ticket, we do healthy stuff too, you know. But of course, an evening of love, laughter, upliftment, and of course, proof of the continuity of life that mediumship can bring by proving life eternal and showing that our loved ones are always with us, watching over us, sometimes making fun of us and poking fun at us at our silliness, but mostly sending us love and upliftment. And of course, in order to achieve that promise of proving life eternal, we need a medium. And of course, you're in for another treat this week because we haven't got medium singular, we've got medium doubler. I know I just made that word up, but hey. Please give a raucous, uplifting, loving Littleport welcome to the one and only Gina Zivtins and Nicola Warrington. See, what they're worried about is that I'm about to put them behind a display with some bright sparklers and start asking them questions and scoring them points, introducing them like that. But I know, they're used to me by now, so it's fine. But do send them your love, your laughter, and your upliftment throughout this evening. By the way, see me at the end. I've got two things that you must take home with you. It's in my head now. I say it while it's in my head now. Otherwise, guess what? It will be gone by the time it comes to actually do it. But there we go. This is the thing about life. Sometimes we have to strike while the iron's hot in order to achieve what needs to be achieved and recognize our own personal difficulties, struggles, or in my case, horrendous memory in order to achieve what it is that we need to do. And I am reminded, of course, that before I get into all of that, let's open this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends and unite under your banner of love, of hope, and of friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life does indeed go on. As we open this service, we ask that the veil be lifted and all those that we love and thought we had lost come forward to join and blend and mix with this place and these people here present, to show that joy and love and laughter is as equally eternal as the human soul. And so as we place this service in your care and keeping, we make the statement as ever that everything we do is in love, truth, and light. Amen. Well, friends, of course, I was just briefly mentioning a few moments ago that we need to strike while the iron's hot. We need to do what needs to be done, and we need to be uplifted and filled with joy. And you'd be forgiven for thinking that occasionally Nick can be a little bit let's bang the drum in his addresses and philosophies, and that he challenges difficulties and struggles and gets really, really grumpy all the time. You would be forgiven because sometimes it comes across like that. Because I recognize in myself that occasionally I get a little bee in my bonnet and I go nuts. But steady on, love. But the point is, it's true. It is true. And we all have our own little idiosyncrasies of things that really, really drive us loopy. But what keeps us going the rest of the time? Friendship, family, love, laughter, humor. Worrying someone, about whether he's going to say that same old phrase that he says week in, week after out, until she sits there staring at me going, because even the ones that find it funny get a bit bored of it. There we go. But this is the point of spiritualism. My friends, understand. If you understand nothing else, understand this. Spiritualism is about moving forward, about changing the paradigm of the message, about making things sound different so everyone gets it, about changing things up every now and again so that we continue to move with the times. Because all those ways of life that get stuck in the past, all those ways of life that get stuck about it must be like this and it must be like that, get stuck in the past and left behind. And all those that cleave to those messages do too. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that there are certain things that are unchanging. Love, compassion, friendship, ways of working don't need to change. But the way we deliver the message must move forward. But that does not give anyone the right to take away that if somebody wants to work in a way that is traditional and old-fashioned, a bit like me sometimes, then that is the right. So long as we all recognise that we're all singing off the same hymn sheet. Because I have seen in many occasions where Spirit have spoken about spiritualism. They don't call it our way of life. They call it your way of life. Because spiritualism, as some wonderful person on the internet, I can't remember his name, bless him, but I will share it later, used a wonderful phrase the other day on a comment. Conceptual framework. Now that really rung a few bells with me. Spiritualism is a conceptual framework. It is a box of an idea that fits for some. Not for everybody, that's fine too. But this conceptual framework of spiritualism was at one point, in around about the 1800s, a relatively new idea in its current practices. What was going on has been the same since we started crawling out of the sludge and wandering around and scraping sticks on walls with bits of ink to make pictures and then words and then everything else that followed. But the desire to reach out to spirit has always been eternal. There have been different cultures throughout the world that have always strived to figure out what that life is beyond this one. Native Americans, Hindus, Middle East, Aboriginal, even here in this country, we've always strived for something. And if you consider that spiritualism is described by Spirit as your spiritualism, that implies that it's not necessarily their way of life. And of course it isn't. They're not physical. They don't need to meet every Thursday night. They can just decide that they want to turn up at Littleport Village Hall whenever they feel like it, and they'll be here on time. Because time has no meaning in the world of spirit. Physicality has no meaning in the world of spirit. Names and borders and boundaries have no meaning in the world of spirit. But I tell you what does have meaning in the world of spirit. I tell you what has been part of every culture, in every way of life, in every grouping since the beginning of time. Humour. It transcends even the age of religion. From the very first moment that a Neanderthal walked into the cave and said, ouch, humans have laughed. Humour is universal. It's also infectious. Someone gets giggling, everyone else joins in, and they don't even know what the joke was sometimes. I'm bad like that too, because humour is the one infection in this life that we should cultivate and grow. This is why we say in love and laughter many times, because love, compassion and joy also have a very fine bedfellow, laughter. So I'm not going to be suggesting grand things this week. I'm not going to be suggesting anything at all, other than to say, find what tickles you, have a darn good giggle, and have a right good laugh, because it transcends borders and boundaries, just like the world of spirit. And I know that they would much rather see us laughing than standing here being a mardy, miserable old what's it. Which reminds me, when it comes to humour, there are different kinds. There is, of course, the slapstick. There's funny plays with words. But there is always one thing that I find makes everyone in a congregation laugh. That's the shortest address I've ever done. God bless you all and thank you for listening. And so now, friends, it really, really was the shortest one I've ever done. You must be being rewarded for something. Now, of course, friends, is the time in our service when we're going to have a reading, which this week, of course, is also a writing too. And I'm very much looking forward to it. For those that are online and watching, good evening, of course, and wondering, what is Reverend Alan up to? He is still currently, I would say at this moment, possibly maybe in hospital, but he is getting ready to come home. He's been waiting a little while for his meds, but then we all know that the wheels of bureaucracy turn slowly. So he is getting ready to come home. So it's probable that he might have a sneak peek at these words in a few days. So do send your love and thoughts in the comments, and we all send our loving thoughts to you, of course, Reverend Alan. And I would remind everybody that healing's coming up, which is a good opportunity to send him some more. But we do obviously send our love and thoughts to Alan, and I will try and ring him in the morning, see if he's about, and get another update as well. But I know everyone's been getting regular updates as well as a group, so it's wonderful. But let's see what Spirit have got to add through the wonderful words of the group of Spirit and their instrument, Eunice. As I say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the front, Eunice! Oh, well done. Well, it makes a change, I suppose.
Right, talking about short ones, I've got a short one tonight as well. When times are hard, you may want to quit, but think hard about it. Just stop for a bit. Most things are possible, just as you dreamed. Nothing is ever as bad as it seemed. Life is full of surprises. You just need to say, what am I doing the rest of today? Walk out in the sunshine or even the rain. Get rid of those thoughts. It may well ease the pain. Just think of your friends here. You are not on your own. We are always here, ready to pick up the phone. A true family spirit, together we're strong. With truth, love and light, we will help you along. As for the future, who knows what's in store? Just think of the good times, because there are going to be more. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh. I'll have that one. I'll keep that and add it into my wig. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Whoops. It's all right. I've still got my eye on somebody's handbag. That goes very well with the lovely purple sequin dress I've got, but that's another story for another day. Well, friends, thank you, Eunice. Another wonderful writing. Really, really wonderful. Thank you. And so now, my friends, is the other time in our service when everyone enjoys themselves, because I sit down and shut up again, because we're going to have our healing now. So all those that are willing to provide healing and able to provide healing, whether you like it or not, because don't forget, Tony's going to tell you anyway, feel free to stand at the back of the hall, ready to see some names, not names, some hands go up, of course, and Tony will now come forward and lead us in our healing. So please welcome Tony.
Thank you. Follow that, as they say. If you want to receive some healing, just raise your hands. Okay, healers, you know where you're going. There's two there, one here. Yeah. Okay, when you're ready. Central to our way of life and belief is the need and practice of healing. It transcends all walks of life. So, Great Spirit, please send your power to our healers here and send your healing to those not here, but those in need of healing, whether in mind or body. For when we gather together and healing is asked for and given, the power of our healing is multiplied exponentially. Healers, you may do your work. Anyone else? No? Okay. Barry?
Yeah.
Okay, off you go, guys. Thank you, healers. Pull yourselves back. And thank you, those of you that asked, because it is not an easy thing to do, especially for Nicholas.
You're not wrong. Thank you to Tony and all of our healers. And a personal thank you to Barry. And to thank you, of course, to everyone who did ask. I completely agree with Tony on that one. Let me just swap me glasses a second, because I've got a couple of notices before I hand over, but it's going to be a whole 5 minutes earlier than normal, which is why I mention it, because I told them 10 past. Don't worry, I won't be yakking that long, he says, and they all look worried, and I didn't even look them in the eye. Friends, in a few moments, I am, of course, going to hand over to the lovely Gina and the wonderful Nicola. But a couple of notices first. Next week, we have medium Carol Cooling. No? Oh. Well, it was close. It ended in ing. Claire Golding. Well, there you go. I was on the right path, sort of. In no way at all. Told you about remembering stuff. So next week we have the wonderful Claire Golding as medium. And of course there is nothing on this Sunday because we are coming up to the first Sunday of the month. So the following week will of course be the workshop, which will be the 15th, 13th. That one wasn't on purpose at all. Oh, I wish. And of course, the week after that, so 13 plus 7 is 20. On the 20th, that should very well be the White Feather Drum Healing Circle. However, I am going to mention something for those that have seen. I apologize in advance. But for those that haven't seen yet, we will be hosting. It's not our event. But we at Littleport will be hosting SPTV. For those that don't know, I'm very fortunate and overjoyed to be one of their hosts on a Monday morning show. It's kind of like a little bit like This Morning for Spiritualists, my show. It's called Start Your Day. And I've been described as basically the Gino Di Campo character within that show, which says it all really. But I do host it with a lovely medium called Glenda Marie, and she's in Australia at the moment. But on the 9th of September, she'll be stood right up there with some other lovely people. You've got Bill Hughes, you have got David Hale, you have got Minty May, and for anyone who is a follower of SPTV, yes, he will be in the building. The voice with no face, the lovely Richard, will also be here as well. And so on the 9th of September from 7:30, this hall will be positively filled with spirit people and people getting messages from those wonderful mediums. And it is £10 a ticket. And I suppose I had better mention as well that after the demonstration of mediumship around about 9:30, there will also be a demonstration of trance mediumship. I'm not so keen on that medium that's doing it. He's a bit of a what's it really, and you can never shut him up. But I will be performing a demonstration of trance, and it will be filmed with an infrared camera, which I've never done before, so that will be quite interesting too. So it will be a bit of an experiment, but the mediumship's the thing. So Glenda Marie, Bill Hughes, David Hale, and Minty May, and I know a number of you are watching, so hello. Tickets are £10, and you can get them online. Details are on the Facebook page. If anyone's struggling with the online or doesn't have online, just come and see me afterwards if you haven't already seen Mother, because I know a couple of you have spoken to her. But it's going to be wonderful. SPTV is a wonderful group. and do come along and support that event if you can, because I know it's going to be a right royal riot. And there's free tea and coffee in the middle, so, you know, can't beat that. Anyway, that concludes the notices. And so now it gives me great pleasure to ask, who am I plugging in first? Righto. Really spiritual thing to say. But please give a wonderful Littleport welcome, and do send your love, your support, and your upliftment throughout the service as I hand you over to Gina and Nicola.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Hello, it's lovely to see you all, and thank you for being here, because without you all, none of this would be possible. So friends, I take it everybody's been before, so no one's new to a demonstration. No? Good, that's excellent. So sometimes my sat-nav doesn't work, so that means you've all got to listen, I'm afraid, so no falling asleep. But if I am working with someone and you can take some of what I'm saying, please put your hand up, just in case, all right, as I bring my first communicator through. And, I'm aware of a wonderful lady who's just smiling the whole time. And I feel I have Mum here, but she's with Nan as well. And I know that Mum takes me to the lower tummy part. And I know that this gave her a lot of discomfort. Bless her heart. I do feel that she didn't like to complain, but she got to the point where she couldn't keep quiet any longer. And a lady who didn't like to ask for help. I am drawn to the lady there with a beautiful flower in your hair. Hello there. Hello. Would you accept Mum in spirit, please? And understand, she looks very similar to you, I have to say. And would you understand how she didn't like to complain about her, she calls it embarrassing illness. You understand that? And I do feel that she was a very dignified lady, you know, and a very private lady, your Mum, yes? So that's very brave of her to come through and say all that in front of strangers. But she says, no, they can't see me. So I know that your dear Mum does have a sense of humour. You know, she does, doesn't she? And I know that I want to be able to laugh and joke with you at this moment in time, because she says, oh, you've struggled. You've done really well to get here tonight, by the way. So she says, well done you, because physically and even mentally it's been difficult. You understand that? So she says, well done you. And she's saying, I don't understand that. It's like I'm getting, oh, you can be a bit of a folly. I don't know what that means. You can be a bit of a folly. She's putting in my mind, you know, like when a foal is born and their legs go like that, splayed, like that, and they can't walk properly. Do you understand what she means by that with yourself? Okay, because she's just putting that in my mind. She is a funny lady. She really is. She's got a very odd sense of humour there. But she understands, and she's bringing to my mind a foal, because she's saying that you're still a little girl. You know, you're still a little girl. And however difficult you're finding things, do know that she's still Mum and very much there with you, okay? I do know that you supported her. I do know you had a very good relationship with your dear Mum, and she thanks you for being there for her, even when it got difficult for yourself. You understand that? Because she says you have suffered with your own health, and it hasn't been easy. So she thanks you for quite often putting her needs first, you understand? So thank you. Would you understand Mum liking birds, please? She's showing me the birds in the garden. But do you know someone who kept budgies as well, please? Because I've got budgies back here. Oh, all right, because it's just showing me I thought there was more than one budgie. There was two, okay, because that's what I'm aware of. So she's just bringing those memories back for you today and bringing that mindset as well of you can escape in your mind, can't you? Yes, and she's saying, yes, do more of that. Because physically, if you can't do anything or can't go anywhere, you can in your mind. You can travel anywhere you like. You're as free as that bird or birds, you know. What a wonderful way to be. So she encourages that for you. All right. Okay. Would you understand a ring from Mum, please? But I want a ring that had to be made bigger. Do you understand where the ring had to be made bigger, please? Because she's so pleased about that, you know. And this lovely lady that is your mum was a lady. I want to say she was a lady. She did like to dress nicely and conduct herself in a proper way. You saw the side of her, she says, that she didn't want you to see. Yes. And her heart just opens up to you. And again, thank you. And I'll leave her love with you, if I may. Thank you very much. Bless you. I'll just give what I get at this moment in time, and it happens to be something like a sentry guard. I've got the fuzzy hat, and I've got the uniform, and I feel so proud. I feel very proud with this gentleman. And I feel over this side of the room, I'm aware of seeing the fuzzy hat, the uniform. Would anybody understand, please, over there, where this gentleman had worked either in the Royal Guard or something like that? If I'm not over there, then I'll open it over here. He's showing me younger, but he may have passed older. But that's a time in his life that he really enjoyed. Okay. Okay. I feel I have a joker with me. I have a joker with me, and I'm drawn to Linda. And I feel this is your hubby, because he's just shown me this, and then he's showing me like this wheelbarrow with a spade in it and cleaning up what the horse has left behind. All right. And this feels to me, because I know I have an older gentleman who's bringing thoughts to me about London, about the Queen's Guard, about Buckingham Palace. So you must have visited there. You must have been there. Does that make sense? He has, okay. Because he just keeps putting that in my mind. And, he is funny, because he had me going then. I thought I'd had this young soldier. And then I've got his energy, which is so down to earth, funny, you know, and almost like running after the horse, getting rid of what he deposits, as it were, you know, because I feel your husband didn't mind getting his hands dirty. He did whatever he needed to do. And would you understand where there must have been a time trying to get this manure for the garden? You understand that? Because that's why he keeps drawing my attention now to this manure. And it had to be good manure. And I feel that it was more than just one bag. It was quite a bit. Yes? All right. And I feel that it was more than just for roses because it helped things to grow. This is what he thought anyway. So he does make me laugh. Such a lovely, caring gentleman. And I know this is your dad. This is your lovely dad. And I don't know of your family, but you've got a brother as well. Okay, because I'm hearing brother. So brother must be with your dad, also coming through to you. And I just feel, oh, would you understand an incident of choking, please, and being slapped on the back? Yes, because he's bringing this to my mind. And it wasn't a funny incident at all. It could have been a very grave incident. You understand that? Yes? Okay. So he just bringing that memory back. And I feel I have to say here, I'm so proud of you. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? And I'm so drawn to the purple. I am so drawn to the purple. So this is going to sound a bit strange, but would you understand? I'm going to say it. Would you understand a coffin where there's purple inlay, please? Because I'm seeing the purple inlay of the coffin. And a good choice, a good choice. Again, I'm feeling a sense of humour from this person. All right. And well done. Okay, thank you. There is so much upliftment and laughter that I'm getting from Spirit for you both. Yes, and to help pull you out of the doldrums, because I know would there be an anniversary coming up? There's an anniversary coming up in September of a passing, please. And I want to say, you know, I'm okay, everything's all right. You just keep doing what you're doing. And I feel it's what you both do, helping heal other people, that helps in turn heal you, if that makes sense, yes? So it's by giving, you're receiving, and know that is true. And these doors, I feel nearly closed. Would that make sense for you? These doors nearly closed, and I feel like it was a quick turnaround where things had to be decided. Yes, and it was almost like either one person decided, I don't know if it was yourself or two people, but I'm aware of no, we've got to keep this going. You understand? And I can feel Spirit are making me quite warm now, because I can feel the love and the compassion and the gratitude that comes from Spirit's side for being able to keep those doors open. All right. So I'd like to leave their love with you and their gratitude. And just for a moment there, I saw a red rose, but it was like a plastic thingy one, and I can see it being thrown. Yeah, throw that away, have a real one. Does that make sense for you? Okay. So I will leave hubby's love with you. Okay. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. I have a gentleman now who, I hope he's not messing me about, joking with me. I'm a bit apprehensive now. He appears to me as if you can remember Crossroads, I'm going to, is it Benny of Crossroads? A little bit like that, but I'd say a bit taller than Benny. And he's coming out of his shirt a little bit because I know his tummy is a bit rotund there. I don't see the Benny hat, but I think he wore not like a hat like Benny wore, not a woolly hat. It's a different kind of hat there. All right, so I know this man worked on the land, and I don't feel he liked people very much because I like to be left to my own devices. There's hard work. So I know I use my hands, and also it's like I'm ploughing by hand. He's showing me onions as well, so I feel they were onions grown. Okay, very simple way of life that I feel he lived. I'm feeling over here, but that doesn't mean I'm not over there. All right, okay. I have got the name Bill or Billy. That doesn't necessarily mean his name. And it's as if he doesn't really want to talk to me, but he'd talk to me if he had to. So, oh, I can see a wage packet. I can see one of those old brown wage packets here. So I know that he looked forward to this wage packet. He worked very hard, but I don't feel that he was really appreciated so much. Okay, would anybody understand this gentleman? I do also feel that he wasn't old bones when he passed. I'm feeling like in his 60s. I don't want to go over 70 with him. Okay. And we may be going back a little while there. Okay. And I know that he was specifically living in the country. He may have even lived on his own, a bit of a hermit, okay? Because I don't want anybody bothering me. Just leave me alone. But somebody must know him here or have known of him. I'm not feeling family, but I'm feeling like you would have known him. The family would have known him. Okay. Would anybody understand this gentleman? Oh, he's not family, no. It's like I just want to take this off and I just want to roll my sleeves up and I just want to get going. And he's like having to lift heavy sacks as well. You understand that? I don't know whether they are the onions, but he's lifting heavy sacks. Okay. And would you understand everything I said, basically? Did you understand everything I said about this gentleman? But I feel he's been in spirit for a while. I don't feel it's new. If that's wrong, then it could be just his energy just makes me feel very old-fashioned. Very old-fashioned, he's not modern, he's not, you know, I don't even think he's got a phone, you know. He hasn't got a phone, has he? No. So that's why I feel sort of back in the day with him, because I feel he was kind of stuck there. Would the age make sense for you as well, please? He was only 60. Oh, bless him. Yeah, because I didn't want him too old. Okay, I know his teeth aren't good either, as he shows me his teeth. He just didn't really look after himself, I feel. But I am aware of people who wanted to care for him and were trying to help him, but he didn't really want the help. He was stubborn, you know. Do you understand that? He was. So I just feel that I want, because I'm wondering why he's here, especially as he doesn't like to converse with people really. I feel it's a need, since he's been in spirit, that he's wishing to say thank you, you know, for being there, for giving him the time. And in retrospect, wishing really that he had been a little bit more easygoing. All right, that's what I feel he'd like to say. He was quite hesitant really to come forward, almost like I don't know how I'm going to be accepted. Because some were very unkind to him. He'd had bad treatment, but I do know that he's come here this evening to say thank you. All right, and to say he is fine. He is fine and being looked after. Would you understand he loved the animals, please? Because I'm aware of a lot of animals with him that he takes care of in the spirit. He's more at home with the animals. Yes, so thank you very much for speaking up. Thank you. Would you like to? Well.
That's the kitty. Right, let's see where we're going. I do have a lady here at the moment. She feels to be of a grandmother vibration. Very warm, cuddly lady, loved life. And I do feel she has come here to see a granddaughter rather than just a daughter. Where are we going? I do feel she's drawing me to the young lady there with the design on the front of the T-shirt. Is it okay if I work with you for a little bit? Okay. She's making me feel like you're at a crossroads and you've got choices to make as to how you progress with your future. It's like you've been given, she's making me feel like you've been given several options, but you're not quite sure which one to take yet. And I feel that she's wanting to help you on your pathway and guide you in the right direction. She's also making me aware that things haven't always been easy for you. She's not opening up about it. That's not the thing she would do. But she is making me feel that when you had a problem, you could go to her and she would let you talk and help you in any way that she could. Is okay. I do feel that you have had some, as she is putting it, hard times, but she is saying that you just keep going, no matter what's happened, you just keep going, you keep going forwards, and the road will get easier for you. You know, she just feels, I do feel that you have felt her around you at times. You know when she's around you. And I do believe that she has a little calling card that she leaves for you, like you know that she's there. You know, it's like her little, here I am. And even sometimes, you know, when I also get the impression that if she's not around you, or if you find yourself needing some advice or some guidance, if you haven't already done it, just to put it out there, to sort of into the universe, for want of a better analogy, and just say to her, you know, I need your help, you know, and just tell her what it is that's either troubling you or on your mind, and just listen. It might get a message back in different ways. It could just be a thought into your head. It could be something like a song on the radio, or it could even be something that somebody says that may have been along, like something that she would say. So ask your questions, but the answers may not come in quite the way you think, but you will get them. She is also saying or showing in my mind, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Just keep following that light, keep heading towards it, and she will guide you to where you need to be. She's very proud of how far you've come and what you've achieved. And she's actually, which is unusual for me at the moment now, she is normally, when I'm right about things, I get a slight chilling effect. But at the moment, I just feel such a warmth coming from her to you, and she just is such a kind-hearted soul. So what I would just like to say to you is just, whenever you need her, just send that thought up, just ask for her help. The answers will come and she'll be with you. And she is, whatever choice you make what's right, the choice that's right for you, even if others try to sway you from it. You have to do what is right for you. She's quite, adamant about that, but in a kind and caring way, not in like an aggressive or in your face way. But she just says, she just has so much love for you. So, please do take her wishes and her love, and she will be with you whenever you need her to be with you. So thank you for working with me. Okay, where are we going now? Do have a brief message for you, Barbara. I've just been and I do mean it is brief, but it's important that it comes across. Got our little friend with us here, the little man, and he's just saying or impressing, because I'm aware that his father is unwell from a few weeks back. That's all right. That's okay. Yeah, it's our little friend from the other week. He was with me earlier today, and he's come. He feels like it's important for him to say this, and he knows you'll be able to pass the message on. And it's literally just a brief one, and it's to his daddy, and just to say, don't worry, it's not scary. I'm fine. I'll be waiting for you, and we can play all day. It's as simple as it is, but he just feels, just the need to just convey that to you. And if you can just pass that on, and, he's, I don't often get gotten, so to speak, but I can sort of just feel it here. So that tells me how important it is. Just to get those few words across and pass them on to the family. He will be waiting, so, and he's just fine now. So he'll be there for his daddy when the time comes. So, crikey, he did that to me last time. But so I just had to get that across to him. So he's happy he's done that through me. So thank you for that little time. Where are we going now? another brief one. It's almost like I've got a queue of, like I've had the one come in, and now I've got like a couple of like little short messages. It's almost like as one door opened, they've all come through. So let's see who we've got next. I do believe I've got just a short, brief one for you, Nick. I feel I have a younger gentleman here. Doesn't feel like he was too old when he passed. By old, he went before his time, but I don't feel he was too young. If I had to go with an age, the image he's given me, he's about early 30-ish. You know, he's older than, he's way past teenage years, but he's not like sort of older. He's not as old as I am now. But I do feel he would have been a very similar age to you. He does feel like quite a cheeky chap with a good sense of humour. And he just has, the only things wants to say is he is proud of you and what you've done. And I'm figuring the sense of humour comes in, and he's not telling me what it is, but he's just saying, tell him about the song. He'll know by the song. Yes. That's all. He's not telling me what it is, but he's just tell me about the song. So he's with you. I know it feels like he's with you quite a lot, or he has been, or he comes in sort of when he can. But no, he just wants, well, you know when he's around anyway, so, but he's just wanting to bring that little bit of upliftment for you. He's not quite done, okay. Whether this is some way he would have possibly described you, or something which was like a sort of almost a joke between you, but it's the image I'm getting is under sort of beneath that exterior, there is this little delicate flower, for everything that you do and for how sort of out there you are, underneath there is just like this little delicate flower, what people see here and everywhere else you are away from it all. You are your own sort of person, and you do have those kind of times within yourself. That's the way I'm getting the impression that he's putting it across. So, but just keep on being you, keep on going. And he's not saying it, but he's just brought back in the song. So I shall leave that with you. And I'll tell you what it is later. Okay. Whew, I think that's it for the moment. So.
I'm attached. Okay, ready to go again. So, everybody still awake? Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. Woohoo. Okay, who have we got now? So, come on then. I feel I have a granddad that joins me here now, but for some reason he's shown me a penny farthing. So I'm seeing him on this, and I know there's bicycles associated with him. I do also feel that he's showing me medals too, so I know this gentleman absolutely worked hard to achieve what he did, but he's got this fun side as well. So it wasn't all hard work, it was play as well. And I just feel that he wants to connect with somebody. I'm looking at the gentleman there. Hello there. Would you be able to understand either father, grandfather in the spirit, please, who had an interest in bicycles, and being able to put bikes together? But I can see this penny farthing, unless there's a memory of you having this. Okay. No? Okay, behind with the gentleman. Okay, because I feel I'm in that area. All right. I just know that he's taken me to bikes, but I keep seeing this penny farthing. All right. So I don't know why, but let me work with that. Okay. But I do know that this gentleman is putting bikes together or mending them, you know, and I feel like I want you with him. So it's something he would have taught you. You understand that? Because I feel a great time was spent. I feel emotional with this gentleman now. I feel that it was time well spent, okay, in your company. And I know that you had a lovely relationship with this gentleman. Would this be Grandad, please? Because it does feel like Grandad. And so proud of being your granddad and having that time, because it's almost as if he really valued those quality times together, you know, just you and him. And it was just you and him against the world. That's how he makes me feel, sir. And I know that's what he wants to bring to you this evening, to say he's still so much with you. Yes, he's still there with you. And would you understand the military, please, or the I can see he's making me stop in speaking. Would you understand where he wasn't able to speak, please, at the end? He's just put that on me. And I know that he passes suddenly. It was very sudden. And, okay. He's a very emotional gentleman, isn't he? And it's almost as if he just wants to get everything out at once. Do you? Medals. He's talking about medals. That's what he was trying to say. But I do feel that he did have difficulty in trying to express himself and finding words as well. You would understand that in the latter part of his life. And he would get so frustrated, and I'm aware of getting very tearful then, because I can't get my words out, you understand? And whether you have these memories still that come into your mind and you feel saddened, he wants to take that away from you. Don't be sad, don't be sad. I'm fine, I'm okay. That was then. Don't keep bringing yourself down, all right? He wants you to remember the good times, like the bikes, you know? Just keep focusing on those times. Would you like fishing, please? It's you fishing, because he shows me you fishing. And I know that's where you are alone with your own thoughts. And that's where he comes in particularly close. And you must know when he's there with you. Yes, because he shares that quality time with you again. All right. How special is that? How special is that? Such a lovely man. And he says, you know, you're a lot like me. He says, you are. We're a lot alike. And you are, even though you're nobody's fool, you're as soft as what I am. You understand that? Yes, that's what he says. You're nobody's fool, but you're as soft as I am, because you've got a big heart and you care. And for that, I'm very proud. Okay. I don't know why he's put in coronation in my mind. Coronation, or the coronation. Would you understand that as a memory, please? because he's bringing that back, and I just feel that he was very proud. He's making me feel all smiley and very proud and happy, and again emotional, and saying to you, thank you. Thank you. You would understand that, sir. Yes. All right. So I'll leave Grandad's love with you. And remember, when you're fishing, when you have those quiet times, keep talking to him. All right. Thank you very much. The energy is making me walk over this side. So I feel I may be with you, sir, on the end. And I'm just aware of this lady who wears a very long flowing skirt here. And she seems quite hippie and free and, quite happy with her lot. And I just feel I just want to... I don't feel family, but I feel connected with you on a friendship link. Okay. And, okay, I don't feel her name's Audrey, but I'm hearing Audrey, the name Audrey too. Okay. But as the lady shows me this skirt, I just feel very free and open-minded. And I want music as well. I want music, I want an open fire, a fire outside. It's almost as if, I don't feel she's talking about a fire walk, but I wouldn't be surprised if that has something to do with you, or you've been with them. Would that make sense? Yes? All right. And would you do drumming, please? Do you understand the drumming? Because she's showing me drumming. All right, she's showing me drumming. And I'm taken outside at night time where there's a lovely fire burning, and we're out in nature, and it's lovely. And I feel as if suddenly my feet are hurting. My feet don't want to walk. I can't put one foot in front of the other anymore. Would you understand that with this lady, please? But I also feel, okay, would you understand her going into a wheelchair? Because she's just put me into a wheelchair now, and I feel that she had good friends and people loved her, And also I need to... She's putting letters in my mind. So there must have been letters or correspondence. Would that make sense for you, please? Not at the moment. If it isn't with you, then you may be aware of where she wrote to other people, And also I'm aware of going abroad too. There's other people abroad. I feel that she had family abroad, actually, that there was family abroad. Would you know that of her? Yes, okay. I do feel a lady who was quite eloquent with words. Do you know that of her? She was very good with words here, and whether they're inspired by spirit or she was just, I feel she was anyway, a very spiritual lady. And one with a big heart. I also, I'm seeing a harp as well. I'm seeing a harp, and I can see her with this harp, and I feel that her interest in music has continued, spirit side. Would that make sense for you? Yes, because I know that she admired others who were able to play such instruments. And she would like you to know that she now is learning the harp. How beautiful. And would you understand, you hear music, even when music isn't around, you hear music, because she comes close to you, sir, and she brings you her music. So listen out for it, because she's going to be playing you her music. All right. Okay. Would you understand a pipe, please? Would you used to smoke a pipe? You understand someone who did, please, in the spirit? Not her, but a gentleman I'm aware of here who, and I want to keep banging it on the table. So I feel they would have this habit of keep banging it. You understand? So I want to send this gentleman's love to you as well, please, and to bring you support, and also to let you know that we have heard your prayers. We have heard your prayers, all right? And was it you who said, it's a good job we don't have to kneel down to do prayers because I'd never get up again? Yes? That's what you've said. He's heard you. So isn't it indeed? So I leave their love with you and say, God bless. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I'm hearing this. Oh, I can't sing, but it's that Betty song. Oh, that Betty, down, down. I'm hearing that now. I'm hearing that. Wow, we've got somebody having a good time in the spirit. Yeah, making me want to dance. And so I do feel that they were a good dancer. I have a gentleman here, and he was a good dancer, and he loved all that. But I am feeling very much, I don't know what type of music that was I was hearing, but I do want soul as well, I feel, because my feet are just moving around. I feel like drawn to the back there. I may be with Christine, I'm not sure. But I'm aware of a gentleman, please, who's given me, I don't know whether I've got esophageal cancer here, please, but I'm aware of this gentleman who absolutely loved, excuse me, loved his music. Would you understand this gentleman, please, that I'm trying to bring through? And I am aware of him not being very tall either. And that he says it's because he could move a lot quicker, you see. If he was taller, his legs would be too bandy and get in the way, you know. So he has a good sense of humour, doesn't he? And I feel he lived life to the full. And that even when he was ill, he was still like, no, I still want to enjoy my life. I'm still getting out there. And would you understand him having to go bald, please? Because all of a sudden, I've lost my hair, I'm bald. And he said, I don't care, I'm going to enjoy myself and make the best of it. And I really feel like he inspired other people around him. Would that make sense for you? Okay, he'd be a friend to you, please. He is your nephew, all right. So he's younger than you. But I feel more on a friendship link. Isn't that funny? He's a nephew, but he feels more on a friendship link because he was like that. Do you know what I mean? He's everybody's friend. I'm everybody's friend. I talk to anybody, get on with everybody. Take me as you find me. Okay. Oh, he's got quite a dark sense of humour as well. He really has, hasn't he? Yeah, I'm not going to repeat the things that he's trying to say, but he's got a dark sense of humour, which he even used up to near the end, didn't he? He took the mickey out of himself as well, and I feel also that he's making me aware of Mum just laughing because he kept making her laugh, you know, and he says, I wanted her to have good memories, you know, I didn't want to make her suffer any more than she had to. I'm not daft, and he wasn't, you know, he wasn't daft at all. Very caring, very sentimental on the inside, you know. But again, very inspirational. I'm aware of there was a charity event for him as well, because he's saying, yes, we made all that money. Well done, everybody. So he's really chuffed about that. Would you understand an anniversary coming in September as well, please? Yes, would that be his? Yes, it is his. He's wanting to bring Mum daffodils, the daffodils. So I feel there must be a birthday then, March time. Yes? Okay, so if it's Mum's birthday, I want to give her some daffodils. All right. Okay. He says you can have the chocolates. Oh dear, or toffees. You like the toffees? Yeah. Do you like the toffee fee? They're called toffee fee. They're too small. So he said, no, give her the toffees. And then he showed me toffee fee. He's having a laugh with you, isn't he, Christine? He's having a good laugh, bless his heart. I know that that's what he wants to bring you at this moment in time. He's making them all laugh here. And I know, okay. Would you understand where there was a music event, please, in his name? And I feel that was a charity thing, making money, you know, as well. All right, that's what he shows me. And the child in spirit, there with you, please. All right, very much still there with you. And you work with spirit? You work with spirit, yeah, because I see that light with you, and I know that this lovely child works with you. All right, so I'll leave his love with you, your nephews, and also your beautiful child. Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you, everybody.
Wonderful. You say Seth-M. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What a wonderful demonstration of mediumship that was. I've just got to say, for those that are wondering, it was the Shoop Shoop song. And it's a very long story, and I'm not going to tell you because some things are private. But it was hilarious, and some of you already know, but for those that don't, just ask me later. But it was absolutely wonderful. And Dad coming through, poking fun as per usual, I think, is typical, really. And I know everyone thoroughly was uplifted and enjoyed that demonstration. Some wonderful comments at home as well, which I'll show you that later. But for now, my friends, give a proper, just, and well-deserved thank you of the Littleport variety to Gina and Nicola. And of course, I would be in trouble if I didn't mention their friends and helpers in the world of spirit too, who would probably give me something of a kicking if I didn't mention them later on when I got home and thought that I was safe. But friends, wonderful, wonderful evening, and thank you all for being here. We are going to have a raffle shortly, then the kitchen will be open. There's tea, there's coffee, there's decaf coffee, there's vegan hot chocolate, and there's even strawberry and elderflower tea. And the decaf tea will be here next week. And of course, there's biscuits as well. Thank you, Daryl. There's not many left though, so you know they were well liked. But of course, a reminder that next week our medium will be Claire Golding. And that the next workshop for £15 is on the 13th of August. And on the 9th, thank you. I try. And on the 9th of September, we will be hosting SPTV. So there's a lot going on, and it's really, really quite wonderful. So thank you all so much for your ongoing and enduring support. And without further delay, because I'm sure you all want a cuppa, let's join together and close this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the ability to come together in a place where we may feel safe and comfortable to be ourselves, to be at one with the universe, and to join and blend with those that have gone before us. We thank you for the opportunity to unite under that banner of love and hope and friendship, and to demonstrate that true community and compassion transcends borders and boundaries and unites more than it divides. And so as we go out into the world, we will take with us that message of the continuity of life and of the joy that can be shared with togetherness, laughter, and unity. And in times of difficulty and in times of strife, Great Spirit, we are reminded that we do not ask you to move the mountain. Just give us the strength to climb. Until we meet again in your name. Amen. Well, friends, a big once again thank you to the guides and the people that are Gina and Nicola. A big thank you to Tony for the healing and all of the healers. Thank you to Eunice for your reading. And of course, do continue to send your healing thoughts out to our Alan. I'm sure there'll be an update in the next couple of minutes when the kettle's boiled. But to everyone at home, because we're going to have a raffle now. I've got. Oh, there's more than just that. Look, right. Oh my God! It's a Mara. Wait. Number of years ago, I used to bring silly things in, like an apple or there was a pineapple. There was a butternut squash. Tony carried on the tradition. And now the tradition's been carried on again, but that is just one massive stack of vegetables there. And that is a raffle. I mean, there's, that is just stunning. Thank you. And all homegrown as well. It's you just can't beat it, can you? Now let's see if I can keep my Mara on end, because it's been a while. Pardon? No. Oh, there's nothing worse than a bruised Mara that won't stand up. Behave. So, friends, we will say goodnight to everyone at home who has been watching. Thank you all for joining us. So after 3, 1, 2, 3, good night. And God bless you all. I will push the magic button and give you some music that I know we won't be able to hear this time. See you all next week.